you guys, after fighting, are spending a short rest, sitting, recuperating, reflecting on the different events that just transpired. So far you have not been approached, but you are sitting in a clearing, kind of a little bit stunned by the encounter.
Just stunned.
I'm going to get back up and I'm going to go check on Nora.
You're gonna walk all the way back?
I mean, I don't want to just leave him there. What if he's gone?
I mean, you're taking a short rest. Unless you don't want to take.
You're impatient that you're tired. Like, I want to not be tired faster.
What if I take a short rest, and then if I had to take a short rest, my horse would still be there, but since I took a short rest, my horse is no longer there.
So you walk all the way
It
back.
wasn't that far. It was like
Make a
a
perception
2-minute
check.
walk.
I think it was a 10-minute walk.
25.
25? You don't see him.
Somebody took my motherfucking horse. I will burn this whole fucking village to the ground. Where the fuck is he? Where's my shit? Where is my shit there?
Yeah? All your steps there.
I'm gonna whistle for him. He's supposed to come when I whistle. Where the fuck is he? This is not funny. Animal handling. It's 11. He didn't hear me.
It's 11. After a minute or so, he comes trotting out of the woods.
What the fuck were you? What do you think you were doing? Huh?
You see both Newt and Briar on his ears. We're looking a little bit worried. Like, we were worried that something might have happened. We brought him a little bit closer.
You took my horse?
He looked scared. He wanted to make sure you were alright.
And you took him further away from me?
No, we brought him closer to our village.
I'm gonna kind of look at Warren and I'm like, you know better.
Make a perception check.
Oh no.
19.
19. He's chewing on something.
The fuck did you feed him? Ah! How dare you?
You can investigate if you want.
I'm just gonna look at them. I'll be like,
He's enjoying whatever it is.
I'm so disappointed in you.
Looks up and kind of flicks his ears. He's very sweet.
He's not supposed to be sweet. I'm gonna just kind of like smack his neck a little bit and be like,
It smells like apples.
Aww.
say no to apples. I'm just gonna kind of look at them and be like, you better enjoy those apples. And then I'm gonna turn and walk away. Stay here!
Did you bring Tal'el with you?
I mean, technically he hasn't left my shoulder yet.
Right after the fight, after you almost died, you just storm back, see your horse and just storm.
Storm back again.
You alright? You gave me quite a scare when you dropped.
Well, you know. That last hit was a little more than I thought it was gonna be.
I can only imagine.
But I'm fine now. I'm much better. I feel pretty good.
It's alright. Who was that?
Which one?
The one at the end. With the
I don't
gloves.
know. I don't know. But I shot them with a crossbow. But I didn't see him really after that, because then I kind of like, you know, passed out. But, you know, I don't know. We'll have to, I don't even know how we'd be able to find him. He just kind of disappeared. But I'm just glad they didn't get anyone.
That's why.
As far as we know, technically. Right? Like, they didn't get anyone?
You don't know.
We don't
As
know.
you're on your way back, Taragon actually comes up to you and Zoom. I assume you're nearby or you're resting.
Yeah, I was resting.
I sat down next to Nora and then Zoom came and sat down next to me.
Yeah, I have
But then
one
you got
leg
up and left.
outstretched and I'm like resting my head on one of my knees. My sword's still like in my hand, just like
Zoom.
I'm bleeding out like because I did get hit. Okay.
And Taragon flutters up. Are you alright?
I'm fine. Thank you.
I know the council is currently deliberating and I'm expecting you back, but I wanted to make sure that you were alright and that your companions don't seem too worse for wear. You're at least on your feet.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's what we were here for anyway. I'm just glad we were able to stop them.
As am I. So far everyone's present and accounted for. We had actually begun evacuation procedures. Glad we did. But
Yes.
that left us a little bit exhausted.
That does make sense.
Some of our more powerful arcane wielders, he kind of lands nearby, were preoccupied ensuring that different sigils were leading people to the correct locations. We can only do so much, but thank you again for stepping in.
You're welcome.
Where did your other friend go, as well as one of ours?
I don't know. She probably went to go check on her horse.
Yes.
I come storming back.
You're still on your way. This is happening simultaneously.
Oh, okay.
I hope Newt and Briar didn't do anything too foolish. They have the best intentions at heart, but as gods, they're better at receiving orders.
They seem nice.
Do you require anything?
No, I think I'm alright. I'm just resting now. I've got a couple nasty wounds.
Yeah, well. He gives a curt bow and says, I'm expected back, but I trust you'll be here. And he flutters up. Very well.
Luck with the council.
Always a joy.
I'm not covered in blood again.
Yes.
Gonna go take a bath.
I'm gonna go take a bath.
I mean, it is nighttime, isn't it?
It's early though. You are on the third watch.
Right.
I was on the second watch.
Your second watch.
Zoom was third
Yeah,
watch.
Zoom was
Well, it's
third
been a
watch.
couple hours since we fought. Or took a while to fight.
Mhm.
I'm gonna come back to drop Tal'el off before I go take another bath.
You're gonna take a bath.
Yep.
Right after battle.
Yeah, look, it'll help me recuperate.
That dude might be there taking a bath with you.
Okay.
This is like, oh,
Mr. Foggy Man. I'm slipping into the...
So you walked to the camp, 10
Well-
minutes, walked back, 10 minutes
10
to drop
minutes.
off Tal'el, and
Well, because I
walking
didn't
back.
think about it, and I forgot
To
that
take
he
it back.
kind of forgot that he was there. But like, I don't know if there was more. For all I know, there could have been another manticore and attacked my horse and ate it. I don't trust Madison. You see that face? Don't trust it.
She does it to get under your skin.
I know.
Don't trust
As
it.
long as you know. Okay. I guess Tal'el's just hanging out with us then.
He looks confused. He's like, don't you think you'd want to talk with the council first? Make sure that...
And for all we know, it might be another hour before they even come and see us.
Which when you...
Damn it. Fine. Fine.
The elderly, the queen, comes and she's fluttering the closest, but while the other council members, the one female with the the curly white hair, yeah.
Karen.
You don't actually know her name.
Her name is Karen.
Her arms are kind of folded. The others kind of have their hands.
I guess I
kind of
have
placed.
Tal'el still on my shoulder then since they
You
came.
said you said it, kind of said him.
Well, I mean, I didn't. I thought I was going to set him down and leave. I mean, I kind of just walked up. So I guess he's still there.
He's still with you, or he's up?
Yeah, he's with me.
She folds her fingertips and kind of gives a slight bow. I was told that all of you are the reason we're still standing here. I did not witness it myself. I was actually summoned back. And looks at the devastation behind her. The one corpse which is completely sundered to ash. And then the other two, one half blasted by radiant energy, and the other crossbow bolts in his back. He's laying on the ground. He looks. I wanted to thank you all. It seems that your story does have credibility, not that there was any doubt of that.
Nod.
Thankfully, everyone seems to be present and accounted for. This does not stop our intention of redistributing our forces and ensuring that others are safe, but thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any idea how they were able to get through your defenses?
Evidently, there was some kind of dispelling property. Someone came through and dispelled the outer gate. Thankfully, we were already preparing and had scouts in unusual places as to better prepare should there be an attack. And she kind of flutters a little closer. She's like, I do have to wonder. Did not sense any deceit before, but your timing is curious. Looks nodding. Quite fortuitous.
I'm just gonna kind of be staring at her a little bit like, are you fucking joking me? But just not like a real obvious, just kind of like a deadpan kind of look. Just kind of like, of course.
It was very fortunate that you all came when you did.
Yes. Glad we were able to assist.
And she looks at Tal'el, like, can you fight with them? Interesting how fluid that is. Perhaps we can learn something. Sleep well. Our guards are going to resume their nightly watch. He gives another tip. Should you require anything else, you may speak to one of our guards. And she flies off.
That's the council's decision. Do all the others fly off?
All the others fly off. Taragon does stay, as he now sees Tal'el. He goes over. Not that he's apprehensive to approach, but he kind of looks. He's like, would you mind putting them down? We have a private matter to discuss.
I'm gonna look at Tal'el just to make sure that
He looks a little bit eager. He's like, yes, please. And he kind of pulls him over to the side. They're kind of speaking quietly in Sylvan.
Are you gonna listen in? You should listen.
I mean, if they're speaking quietly, did they go away? Did they walk away?
They walked about five feet away from you guys.
Oh, 5 feet? I should be able to hear that far. Or see that far.
They have you can see that far.
I want to know.
Make a perception check.
21.
Whew! Yowza.
Want to see the drama?
You're sitting there and you kind of like wipe up your armor, and as you do,
I'm
you kind of
wiping my sword off.
Yeah, watching your
it's
wiping your
bloody.
sword and just keeping an eye out, and you see him saying like, I found out where the sigil went. Based on your initial description, your sketch. You see him kind of take out a roll of parchment and hand it to Tal'el, and it's like it is one of the further western Like, do you really think that Ms. Columbine is there? And he kind of shrugs and like, I don't know. Tal'el kind of like rubs the back of his neck as he's kind of holding the parchment. He's like, I mostly just want to make sure that she's alright. And he's like, is there other word on her? I seem reluctant to say. At which point, Taragon does kind of look like, based on my communication, it does seem that certain things have moved forward.
Oh, she's engaged.
And Tal'el kind of nods. That's probably for the better. It's like, is it one of the... Taragon nods. Thank you.
We're gonna have to find another girlfriend. She's a cheap bitch.
It may not be her fault.
I don't care. If she really loved him, she wouldn't have gone marry somebody else. Don't like
I'm
it.
still cleaning my sword.
I'm just kind of laying in the grass now. I have an attitude. She was mean.
As Tal'el gets ready to leave, he grabs and he's like, do you want me to say anything to her? Right to her. And Tal'el thinks for a minute. And then, if anything, just let her know that I'm alive and I'm good. We're going to figure this out. I'm sure she was scared. With another like little curt nod, walks back. Arms kind of slumped, a little bit at his side, parchment kind of clutched in his hand. And sits down. Never across from you, Nora. And it's Taragon, should you need anything, let me know.
Thank you.
And flies off.
Like I don't know what to do with myself now. Early morning battles make the rest of the day so dull.
Well, we're leaving today.
We don't know where we're going.
We're gonna figure something out. Well, we hadn't killed all of them. He killed that one so that we couldn't get any information out of him.
Yeah.
I'll blame it on the masked man.
Yeah. I think this is all Masked Man's fault. Is that?
So we saw people going north and southeast, but they came after us. I mean, really kind of like one of our best options would be to go back to Bomberg. Is that right?
Bomberg.
Bomberg? Because like that's like the last place we knew those people would be.
I think these were those people. Wait, we'd be able to tell, wouldn't we?
No,
If they were
there
the
was
same
4 of them in Bomberg.
Oh.
So it wasn't these people. Because 3 of them went north, and that's those 3 people. But then 4 or 5 of them went south. 3 of them went southeast, and then apparently one of them just kind of roams around by himself. But I didn't see where he went because I wasn't. I didn't go there.
Yeah, they probably won't even be there though.
I mean, that doesn't mean we can't ask about him though. Somebody might have seen him. And we need to figure out what happened to Adriel.
How in the world are we gonna do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
How many days would it take to get to Bomberg?
It would be like a week.
Essentially.
Are there any towns between the here and there?
Well, right now, wouldn't we be closer to Storm something?
Pathstone.
Would it be closer to there?
You all have kind of traveled at this diagonal angle. You get the sense that regardless of which way you travel, it's going to be around the same amount of time. Since Pathstone and Bomberg are about half a day's walk.
Will we make it all the way there? Don't have any food.
We have crocodile. We have lots and lots of crocodile.
No!
It's fine.
Are you all saying this out loud? Are you all discussing this out loud? Or is this is this both of your
I don't
characters?
see why we shouldn't discuss it out loud.
Yeah, sure.
Just be like, where are we going next?
And Tal'el actually chimes in and says there are a few arcane users here who can get us back quickly.
Oh, look out! Sorry.
He kind of looks. He's like, it shouldn't be any too much of a surprise. Just because I'm useless in the arcane doesn't mean others are.
I'm just excited. We don't have to walk for days now.
No, I'm sorry. I'm too.
For what?
No, you came all the way out here.
But we were
And we got the
successful.
bad guys. That's a pretty big
That
success.
is true. You can see him like kind of clutch the parchment and see him pulls his legs in and kind of sits. Elbows kind of propped up on his knees. He's kind of crinkling the parchment in his hands.
I get the feeling though that the ones that we defeated today were just pawns.
Thanks.
Considering that they killed their own. Whoever the masked person was killed their own, so we wouldn't get any information.
I guess he knows that we're interrogating people.
Yeah, he knows what we are now. That's too bad. What's wrong, Tal'el? You seem troubled. Not that I know why.
Not that I know why.
Just mind my own business.
He kind of looks at you curiously for a moment. He says, I found out that Jin is alright.
That's great.
And of course, me not knowing what
Yeah.
conspired, I'm like, oh, that's great.
I know, she's apparently also engaged.
Do you want me to kill him for you?
Not much you can do.
Are you sure?
Who knows? He's one of the guard. He's going to be much better for her. I
I don't know.
Those guards took my horse. They might not be all that smart.
think. This one is. I know him. He's yes. Well off.
Being well off doesn't make you a good person.
I have to agree with you on that. But it's a family thing. It's arranged. Knowing her, she'll do something reckless, but
A heart what wants what it wants. Isn't that a song? No, I don't know.
I think it's the same.
The
heart
heart should like
wants
the
what
song too. Like that song.
The
So.
heart wants what it wants. That's not. Okay, sorry. We're just like. Well, if you would like to go barge in on their wedding ceremony, then I am more than happy to oblige. Some of these people seem very stuffy. Sorry.
they can be a bit of a handful.
I feel like it's time for a new generation to step up. In my opinion.
Possibly. I can't hardly speak on political matters. I mean, that is not exactly my place.
I'm too angry for politics.
Don't you know any poisons that accidentally make grooms go away?
There are plenty.
Accidentally.
There are plenty. Actually, I hate to ask yet another favor, but could we stay for a few days? Tomorrow we can leave at the next. There are some things here that I can resupply and gather up.
I suppose.
That was Sophia making that face, not Talavin. Talavin kind of.
I don't think I'll be able to come back for some time, if ever. I'd like to gather up a few things.
I might be able to get Newton Bark to give me some of those apples.
Alright. Maybe we can search the area in the meantime for signs of Adriana.
Okay.
Zoom? Does that sound good? We'll want to find her.
He looks nervous and nods again.
But she's pretty tough.
eyes wide, nods.
I kind of want to come now. So fickle. Okay.
You're more fickle than I am.
Alright. I wonder if we can go right away.
We should finish resting. Interrupted our sleep.
Yeah, we can at least sleep till dawn.
Oh, that's right. That's done. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the sleeping area.
I'll take Tal'el.
Yeah, everybody gathers up their things, and as you look over, they're already working to decompose the bodies. They're already like casting different things, and their vines kind of taking the bodies and dragging them under the ground.
That's not good.
That works. I'm gonna go think it's happening.
You go back. Everybody lays down. You see Briar and Newt kind of sitting on Warrior's head. And they're kind of one scritching one ear, one is scritching the other, and Warrior's just. He sees you.
Traitor.
You like hide behind his ears.
Absolutely traitorous.
This is really cute though. He's so happy.
Are they gonna fly away if I walk up?
It doesn't seem like they whenever you approach,
I'm just gonna kind of go over and like scratch the front of his head.
he kind of shies away from it a little bit, so knowing you're not happy with him. And he's unapologetic. He enjoyed what he got.
You're such a diva.
Tosses his head.
You, diva. And then I'm gonna. I mean, I guess I can ask him, like, Mommy kind of understands me. I'm like, do you want to sleep any longer, or are you gonna go play with your new friends?
No, looks like he's eager to stay awake. As he tosses his head, you can see both of them, their eyes wide, like a rearing buck over a rearing bull.
I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just sleep on my own then.
Francis off now. Make a persuasion roll.
No, it's okay. I mean, I wasn't gonna like. He was the one, anyways. I didn't really want to. I was just gonna try to make him feel a little bad.
He looks like he feels bad, and you'll probably see him later. But he's definitely awake now, and he knows that he's getting fresh fruit, and he has no reason to suspect that they would do anything devious. And you can actually see, whenever you went up to him, that his wounds look like they've been healed.
Oh.
Not entirely. It seems to be a work in progress, but several of his rump wounds are more closed and look less scabbed over. You all, one of you goes to the bath, tidies up once again. The lights, there are these small globules of light that drift around almost like little fireflies as you bathe once again. And Nora, you just
Is there a bunch of people watching me again?
You get the feeling that everyone's attention is elsewhere.
Thank God. Okay, good.
You kind of get the sense that after battle, people are either recuperating in their own way, and that's one of them.
Okay, good.
You go to sleep, and Zoom resumes watch.
Oh, it's watching.
I mean, I was just gonna say we could all go to sleep, but yeah.
Well, yeah, he never got a watch.
Yeah.
He got a full night, really. He slept before and then throughout, so he should be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
And you come back, and he's taken up watch, and Tal'el is not on anyone's shoulder. He's just kind of laying in the bed of moss, just staring up at the sky. He hasn't got back to sleep yet.
I'm gonna like kind of walk over and be like, do you want a blanket or anything?
No, thank you.
Okay. If you need anything, I'm gonna be over there. I'm gonna go over and like.
Go to sleep. Simple enough. Morning comes to all of you. Wounds feeling better than before. If you spent any hit dice, you only get half back, but if you did not, then it's fine.
So if I spend
Do I get any more of my hit points back?
Yes, your hit points are fully restored.
Oh, okay.
When you finish a long rest, you get all of your hit points back. It's just your hit dice that do not return fully.
Okay, so I
was only missing like 5.
Mm-hmm.
I was missing 8.
And come to think of it, you are not 100% sure how you came back to consciousness. You remember the taste of a potion.
Big shove down in my face.
But all of that stuff was back at camp. Where did Nora get a bottle?
I'll ask her about it. I never know what Nora has. You know, she's not exactly like... She might have anything hidden in her long hair.
So are my hit points back?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody's hit points are
I
back.
was just making sure before I erased everything.
Mm-hmm. All of your hit points are restored. If you spend any hit dice, that comes back as half. Spells expended are restored. And the day is yours.
Okay. Let's go search for Adria.
Okay. I'm gonna leave Warrior here to continue to recuperate.
Mm-hmm. You wake up and he's actually at your side. He fell asleep. He laid down beside you. You wake up to a canopy of feathers above you.
Oh, I'm gonna be like, oh, you do love me. Oh,
It's so cute.
it's so cute.
And you can actually see there's a small stack of apples.
Oh, like that moment in spirit. Oh, I can see it. The golden bee. I'm going to take one.
They're very sweet.
Yes! It's not meat! Yes!
It's doing wonders for your body. I am awake. I have energy. Natural energy. Not
I am going to
dry.
make sure I get a bunch of these.
You do see Newt and Briar, they're kind of nearby. They're kind of peering around the tree. They are getting the sense that they don't actually have to watch, but they're still nearby, just in case.
And I'm just over here like,
I'm gonna approach them just from a distance. Be like, is there any way we can explore the area to search for one of our friends without
I mean, there's more
failing
of you?
sigils? Well, we suspect that one is nearby, but we can't be sure.
We're not supposed to leave you unaccompanied. We can accompany you, right? Newt just gonna like, what are you doing? Right.
It's not necessary
Going
unless
to
you...
no, you need to know where the barriers are anyway. They've been re-established, and it'd be better if it didn't look like you were trying to run off into the woods, and then you'd need someone to help take down the barriers whenever you go. We'll accompany you.
Alright. I stand and I make sure all my stuff is good and on.
Zoom kind of like, yeah, I'm just gonna...
Zoom gathers up his things and comes with you. Do you leave Warrior or do you bring him with you?
He's gonna stay. I'm gonna tell him that he can just relax for a little while.
Immediately rolls over and starts rolling, his wings spread out and just start flapping, making these horse angels in the moss.
Oh man, he's sort of like Pegasus from Hercules.
He kind of is, though. I didn't realize how close their personality was.
I'm sorry. This is kind of funny.
No, it's not funny.
Whatever you say. Is Tal'el still sleeping or is he gone somewhere?
It was already up when you got up. He kind of looks a little bit tired.
Okay.
And he actually asked if someone could help bring him to the village. Otherwise it would be a very long walk.
Oh, yeah.
I can help him.
Right. You all stop by there on your way and he says thank you and goes in to gather some materials.
And then we go searching in the wilderness.
Into the woods.
There
Anything
is...
can happen in the
I guess
woods.
the best course of action would be to track the crocodile's trail backwards. I have no idea how long ago. how long is this gonna take?
I mean, it probably takes up to a day for like a crocodile to digest, and it wasn't really all the way digested, sort of, kind of. And it was like noonish, so it probably traveled, if it traveled continuously for like 12 hours.
It probably didn't.
But they probably didn't. They probably like sunbathed in the morning.
But even then, we'll have to track the person back.
Oof. Let's just see how far we can get in a day.
Let's just see. We're not doing anything.
We'll turn her back around at noon. Because we can't just stay out here.
You all head off into the woods. Both Briar and Newt.
I have all my weapons.
Staying nearby, but they're not trying to lead you, and more they seem to be just kind of keeping equal pace. When you all reach the barriers, they help inform the others to take them down. Brought back up. You, after a time, do find the remains of the crocodile, although some of it looks carved away.
Some more of it?
Some of it looks carved away
Like with a knife.
with a knife.
Do I see any kind of footprints that are not animal-like?
I think you can make an investigation check, or
Do you want me to, I was going to say I can just do it with advantage. Natural 20.
Ooh, brava.
Ba-bam.
You take a moment and you look down at the ground and you do see humanoid footprints
Going which way?
heading east, kind of east southeast.
So I'm facing the village, which is north.
Mhm.
Which way?
If you're looking at the village, which is the northern village. Wait. If you're looking at it, or if you're facing north.
If I'm facing...
Is the village not north?
The village is north from where you were.
Okay, which way is north?
That way.
Which is
If you
towards the
if you
village
turn,
or not?
right there in your parallel at that moment too.
We could just follow the tracks.
And they're heading southeast.
So kind of back the way we came.
Yes.
Okay.
Fine, I'll follow those tracks.
The turtle. I bet the turtle saw. I bet the turtle saw. Okay. Alright, we can. Okay, we're going.
You follow the tracks. Well, you find the tracks, then you have to follow them.
Yes.
Zoom.
A 20 doesn't get me that.
This was you finding the tracks and realizing kind of what they were.
So then
and that
survival?
and that they're fresh.
Or nature?
It would be survival.
Okay. Can I get the advantage with... Oh, I was going to do it.
Zoom naturally has advantage and is doing his own.
Did it get good?
We're going to be able to follow it, or should I try?
He seems to pick up the trail pretty well and kind of points at the prints in the shoes. They look not massive. They look decent sized. Not small.
I bet she's been tracking us this whole time.
They don't, but the footprints are big.
They were small.
No, they're not small. They're not small.
Oh, my bad.
They're not heavy. They're not what you would think orc. They don't look like the orcish footprints, the half orcish footprints that you've seen before. But they're not small.
Okay. Keep going.
You follow those tracks for an hour, 2 hours. Zoom continues pointing in different directions. Off one way, off another. You all are tracking southeast.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Still tracking.
Perception check.
Okay?
What's around me?
I want to do it too.
Natural anything. I got the natural one.
I see all.
I see nothing!
With that natural 20,
I'm thinking about
as you're looking around,
apples.
you see the different trees. You see a couple of scrapping crocodiles. They're the smaller kind. Over on your right-hand side, you see a familiar.
It's the turtle.
Here's the turtle.
Hello.
He's just stomping through the woods.
Just gonna let him go. I like that turtle. Whatever way this is.
Oh my god.
He's just marching along. But you don't notice anything else out of the ordinary
Okay, that's nice.
as you're looking around.
No more giant crocodiles.
You don't see any more giant crocodiles. You don't get any indication that any are nearby, and that is the only set of footprints that you notice.
Okay. Keep following.
You're in your third hour, fourth hour. You're starting to approach noon. And Zoom kind of looks back, kind of shrugs. I was like, what else are we looking for?
Not anything. Okay, so question.
Answer.
How long has it been since we killed the crocodile? Like a day, right?
It's been a day now.
Because like we killed it in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were in the fairy place,
Mhm.
in the sprite's home, and
Uh-huh.
then we slept.
Mm-hmm.
So this we couldn't have gotten that far.
We're probably coming up wherever.
We're gonna keep going.
Keep walking. 6th hour. 7th hour.
What?
8th hour.
They must
At
have
what
walked
time is
all
it?
night.
By this point, it's pushing. You didn't get started at like 6 or anything, so you probably got started around like 9. So it's around like 3. You're not seeing anything.
8 hours
You
to
just
get
see-
back.
You can jog back.
Zoom kind of looks a little bit tired. Kind of looks back at you guys and just kind of shrugs like,
I should have brought the warrior. I could have just run him down. Well,
Oh
I don't know.
make an intelligence check.
no. Intelligence, that's a good idea. 11. I'm tired too.
Oh, just like a regular intelligence? Oof. 13.
13 and 11. You're the one who noticed the prints in the first place, so you start thinking. It looks like they came south and then started heading southeast, like they stopped off at the crocodile.
I thought we would have seen that. Well, I guess no, we did.
What's southeast of us?
Where we came.
Back to the towns.
Okay, I say we just fuck this, go back, sleep, wait for Tal'el to be done, then we just go to Bomber. Because I mean, there's nothing. I mean, the only thing we should have done is just follow the tracks for the crocodile.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were gonna do.
Yeah, and then there was just more tracks.
See people.
It was probably that hooded dude. These are probably fake tracks.
I don't know, it may have just been a regular. Who's walking? There's nothing out here in the middle of nowhere.
Make
That
another
we know of.
intelligence check.
Not
I'm done now.
6. Anyways.
You all are exhausted.
Come on.
Maybe it was the hooded figure. Maybe it was someone who you didn't see in the battle.
Okay.
It's the middle of nowhere.
We hope it's the middle of nowhere.
Okay. But can you do a different saving throw other than intelligence though?
Zoom starts walking back.
Okay, I'm gonna follow Zoom. I'm out.
Come on, no.
I mean, we can't keep burning these out all night long.
You hear their wings are worn out. And there's a moment where they both kind of look at each other and like, no, we have to keep going. We have to. And you see both of them kind of wince. They're tired.
Okay, I'm
not gonna like get close, but I'm like, if you want.
If it's not demeaning to you.
Both of them kind of look worried and they give each other this kind of sad look and they're like, I'm too tired to argue.
Okay. So I get 2 of them.
You won't tell anyone.
They're very apprehensive. They kind of land closer to your hood. You see both of them kind of clutching near their heels, and they're like, "We've seen Tal'el do this. We've seen Tal'el do this. We've seen Tal'el do this."
Would you like the hood up or down?
Down.
Okay, I'll take it down.
You all trek the 8 hours back.
I take another bath.
You all make it back, and actually there are several guards kind of flying nearby. And whenever you all get close enough, both Briar and Newt fly up ahead. Both of them, like,
They technically just rested for 8 hours.
Still,
it's like a hard workout for 8 hours straight. They should have napped.
I
but
just
they
had
were
to do 16 hours.
You are just walking. This is a very specific flying
we walked
motion.
for 16 hours.
You will walk for 16 hours, and
I don't want
you
to
come
move
back,
ever
and
again.
they actually look worried. They're like, some of them actually, when you approach, initially they don't open the sigils. And very much the same time that they saw you, they whip open the door and they pull them in. They're like, "Are you okay? We thought you were dead." Both of them are so tired. Like, we were getting ready to send in a search party. Like, what? You just went off with them and this. And you can actually hear that they forgot to close the door back. They just get yanked in. Like, what were you thinking? Or like, we were supposed to make sure that they were all right. We didn't realize that they were going to walk for so long, and that we can't keep up with this. We should have taken sparrows or anything. And they're like, we didn't think they were going to go that far.
They just kept walking!
Just kept walking. How'd you get back? And they're like, they don't want to tell them what happened. So the barriers do go down, and you all, like, the barriers go back up, and they kind of go back and like, where? And 2 other guards come out, and they're like, apparently you, one female, one male, both come out and like, apparently you wore them out, whatever you did. It's like, how long were you walking for? It's like, this one is unafraid and gets like really close to you. I'm like, how far did you take them?
We walked for 16 hours.
You see the flight falter. It's like,
They did
and
very well for
they're
most
not
of the
dead.
And they had a little rest.
Hardly a little rest. I'm not gonna be able to fly for a few days now. Constant flight is not easy to sustain.
They should have asked for my shoulder earlier.
They go. One of them flies back and you hear a what? You can actually see that whenever they're walking, they are walking out as they kind of like rappel off the side. Both of their wings are bandaged. Their backs are just bandaged.
They're like gonna rappel out of the tree.
They rappel
Look at the
out.
go arms like, do you want me?
No! What help does? Overhand just climbing down.
You should have asked earlier.
I'm not weak.
It's not the sign of weakness. I just have long legs.
Constant 8 hours.
Yeah.
We're going out tomorrow. If you want to join.
See both of them look. You see who you assume is their superior. Look at them like, I should give that to you. Like, both of them just look so sad. And they're like,
I'm gonna kind of look at their superior and be like, we do enjoy their company.
both of their wings kind of look a little bit blush, and they're like, well, I'll have a few other guards come by and make sure that you don't need anything for the night. You two are getting some rest. Yes.
Oh, the poor baby.
Points. I trust you know what the glade is. Goes back and smacks them both on the back of the head. You should know better. And pulls them back inside.
I'm tired. I'm so tired.
16 hours. You all. And
And
you
we were
didn't
used to it
notice-
because we've been
as you're walking, you notice there's a heaviness to your legs. And you peel off your boots after I assume you retrieve Tal'el.
Yeah.
Actually, when you go to retrieve him, he's not there.
Where is he?
Well, it's been a while, so you probably walked back.
He walked back. You find him back at the camp. Whenever you ask, they're like, he just started walking. And so he walked all the way back. And he's just sitting back in the glade. He looks eagerly like, you all have been gone for quite a while. I thought you were going to only be gone for 6 hours or so.
We found some tracks, and then they just kept going and going and going.
What tracks?
We really don't know. Apparently they were headed this way, and then, well, they were headed like south, and then it looked like they were carving on the crocodile, so we followed them southeast. But they just and so we turned around.
You didn't turn back after the first 3?
Look, I didn't say it was the smartest thing we've ever done. We were hoping we could catch up. I mean, we only barely had a head
to agree with that statement. He looks at you.
I mean, he barely had that 1 day head start. We should have caught up. Magic. It's magic.
If he didn't rest, he could have just continued walking all through the night. You don't know what his schedule is.
He doesn't know my schedule. When I get on my horse tomorrow, and I run his ass down for making me walk that far.
Warrior just kind of looks really sad that he was missing his buddies today.
I'm sorry.
You all peel off your boots and you see your feet are with blisters on your heels.
But we've been walking.
You've only been walking for between 8 hours every day.
Really? That's it?
By the time
What the heck do we do?
You all
with all that time, do we sleep that much?
You take up camp. You all rest. You have different
things. Takes 16 hours.
I mean, this was 16 hours of kind of hoofing it, trekking there and back, in order to make sure that you made it back before sundown.
Oh, either way, we did it.
You all will barely get an 8-hour full rest at this point.
It's 1 in the morning. If we left at 9, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We might as well not sleep. What exhaustion?
Yes. Exhaustion. I'm loving it.
I'm going to.
You all lay back and close your eyes. Zoom kind of warily volunteers to take first watch.
I'll take second.
And you all pass out and go to sleep. For the first time in a long time, it's a dreamless sleep for both of you. That you feel the warm embraces, and still sense the presences of various entities who you had been in communication with. And you wake up for your respective watches. You can go ahead and just make general perception checks.
If you roll another 1.
16.
21.
16 and 21. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary or in particular. After a while, you do see walking up to Warrior on your watch. You see Newt and Briar walking up, and Warrior kind of like lays his head nearby. And they're like, "I know, buddy." And I'm like, "Hey, how do you survive walking everywhere? How do you trek with them? They don't rest. They're tireless."
At least we have a good reputation now.
Yeah. We're tireless.
Yes, we're going to the tree. Sleep well, and pat him on the nose, and resume their watch on the tree.
Do they need help to get up there?
They don't ask for help. They repel themselves up there. They climb up on their own.
Call themselves soldiers, huh? They can't even fly for 16 hours straight.
These are more like the watchmen, like the sprinters. These aren't like the hefty warriors. These are the ones who would alarm people and have enough wherewithal to perform battle in order to like fight in battle. But you get the sense that these are not the heftier warriors, and that it's quickness that volunteered them for the position of watching you guys, not necessarily brawn.
To get away as quick as possible.
Gotcha.
You all receive a full night's rest and wake up at 9 or so, after just...
Are Briar and Newt still up there?
They are. They're both up there, and
I'm gonna make some tea, and then I guess Tal'el will have to wait. Then we'll go get some tea. Do y'all want some tea?
both of them sometimes they shy away. I'm like, you're not going to make us walk again today, are you?
Only if you want to.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Carefully, just one of them kind of reaches and grabs the thimble, and they
Okay.
kind of, we don't usually drink tea, but thank you, this is lovely.
I'll give the other one to Tal'el then.
He takes it and thanks you.
I'm gonna get some more apples. Is there more apples?
There's another little stack of apples. You just eat all the apples.
I leave one for Warrior.
He wakes up and he stretches big and he looks and he just
went out.
Okay, look, I only ate 2.
looks
And I pull the rest of them out of my pouches. I'm like, right here. Fucking Ziva.
happily chewing.
So we're gonna go back and track the girl. Does this seem like it was the same crocodile that crossed the road?
It had to be.
You don't know. I mean, you can try and roll an intelligence check.
I'm gonna try to roll an intelligence check. 19.
19.
Plus.
It seems big enough to have been that one,
Mm-hmm.
but this, and you only got a glimpse of the one before, so it was big enough to be. But you all have traveled very deliberately for many days in one particular direction. The chances that you would see the exact same crocodile heading from a relatively different direction is slim. But
What do we do?
I guess we follow it back, but this time we're only going to walk 4 hours that way, and that is it.
well, Tal'el looks and he says, if you want, we can go ahead and leave. I gathered all the things that I would need. I hope.
Oh, you want to leave? Or do you want to try?
No, it's. I'm letting you know if that's
I
what
think
you're ready
we would
for.
regret not searching.
Okay.
It'll take 8 hours, and then we wouldn't make it back.
Okay.
Do you want me to come along?
It has to have 2 sigils.
If you want to.
It might be nice to get away.
Okay.
Alright. Back to the crocodile.
I walk over to Briar and Newt and I'm like, we're going to go walking again. Who do we need to talk to?
Yeah, there are already 2 guards, and he kind of points up, and 2 others and come up, and like, both of them kind of fold their arms, and they're like, how far are you walking today?
16 hours one way.
Are all of you this insane? It's the same kind of bold one that came up to you. Kind of has this kind of light brown hair and 2 braids, short braids off to the side. She's just kind of staring at you.
No, just me.
But no, we're just going to walk 4 hours and then come back.
So like 8. And you can always ride on my shoulder if you need to.
Her wings kind of flare a little bit. I would never. She glares up at the
You don't know
others,
that.
You're like, I do.
We'll see.
I have a higher constitution than both of them put together.
Hey,
Let's go.
They're my friends.
Alright, to the crocodile.
I like those 2 now.
they need to come too.
Do you ask them to come or do you
No.
No,
just
no,
let
no.
them rest?
No, I meant like they're going to come with us permanently. We're going to have 3 sprites. Madison has to play all of them.
It'll be fun. Crocodile.
You all head
Tracking
back, and
back
these
the
other 2 track with you. 2 female guards this time. Track with you all the way until I was just kind of sitting there, and every once in a while he glances over at them. And you can see like what the quieter one kind of has her eye on him a little bit more.
Is she being sus?
You can make an insight check if you want.
If she's being nasty towards him, she's about to get swatted out the air.
I think we're about to be kicked out if you do that.
15.
15. It's less of a sus and more of almost like a checking up on him, like she knows him.
I'm gonna link with Tal'el. I'm gonna be like,
Nosy.
do you know her?
What? Oh, her.
In our heads, we're not.
You linked.
I said that linked with him.
You linked them. He have. Yes, I do know her. That's Cassia.
Are you friends?
We were. We were friends. We are friends. It's been a while since we've seen one another. And this has been a few years. Before I was sent to the southern area, and then from there, quickly sent to the place where I was.
I mean, if you guys want to talk, I want to listen in.
I don't hardly see how. I can't really track with her. It's alright, she's probably just concerned.
Hey, you could do your floating disc and they could like stand on it together.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
I guess
I'm just humming Jasper's lullaby
I don't really like Lil.
as I'm walking.
I'll just be like, well, you know, I don't know.
She's probably just worried, and she. This is one of the first times he's kind of looked over to his right, and he shudders again. And then probably one of the first times she's seen someone have their wing torn off. It's probably a little bit unnerving, and since we have known each other for a while, it's natural.
Well, I
It's
hope
alright.
she knows that you were being very brave.
That's one word for it. You all make it back to the crocodile.
Okay.
No more of it seems to have been cut or carved up, but you do see some teeth marks that look like they've torn into the flesh at some point.
I didn't see that. Nope. No crocodiles.
I saw no crocodiles.
You see nothing?
Huh?
You saw nothing?
I don't
want to see any of them.
Okay.
We're just gonna follow its tracks back. It should be pretty easy because they're big.
They are big. Zoom immediately points and begins leading the charge, tracking
Alright.
the crocodile.
And how do you spell her name? You say
Cassia. Cassia.
Cassia!
I'm sorry, CASS.
IA. Cassia.
Okay. I couldn't remember if you had two more S's on there because I just kept hearing S's.
Yeah, Cassia. He says her name is Cassia Silkwhisper.
Silk whisper?
Yes.
okay.
I'm not gonna keep linking with him because I don't want to interrupt his thoughts. So we're just gonna keep it going.
You all track for the first hour, second hour. Right approaching third hour, make a perception check.
17.
Okay.
Rocky.
23.
23. 17, 23 in his. You all get to one point, and you all had passed by the devastation and the final moments of the croc from before. As you all get approaching that third hour of tracking it, you do see that there looks to be something off slightly to the south. Looks like cloth. Looks like some kind of tent.
Okay, so this dude was chilling there, and then the crocodile came.
All you see is the cloth that's kind of
look what
looks like it's propped up or placed.
Okay, we'll go over and look.
I'm going.
You go
yeah,
over
it's okay.
and you do see a small encampment.
Does it look old, new?
Looks fairly recent, although there are no hot coals in the fire.
Is there anything under the little tent?
Don't see anything under the tent. You can take a moment, kind of rummage through. It looks like there was just some kind of thick pelt that had just been kind of thrown over this wire to help keep away from the elements.
I'm going to take it.
Wrap everything up.
Back of holding.
You gotta punch it into the sides. Yeah. Whenever you first kind of approach the camp, there's that line with the tarp over it. What looks like maybe some kind of bedding. You see a small kind of survival pack, and you see what look like a few dishes set out, and then you see a bunch of broken pieces, as well as more like the drag marks. You see a few stray arrows.
Oh.
Thanks. Do they look like good arrows?
They've been out in the elements for 48 hours, so they look like they've been used.
And this survival's pack, what does it look like?
Survival pack, you rummage through, some of the meat has already gone moldy, was not properly taken care of. You find maybe 15 silver pieces kind of clinking around in the bottom, which are kind of
than I had before.
a little bit corroded, a little gnarly on the edges.
I'll wash it off.
You see kind of in there's a water canteen, like an extra water canteen.
I'm going to take that too, actually.
It's my favorite hobby.
It's my favorite hobby.
Is there anything else before I go take a nap before I don't have to listen to this tree talk?
I like tree talk.
You see, a pair of kind of fingerless gloves, and some changes of what look like, kind of raggedy shirts. In a way, they almost remind you
His gloves, do they look small, like women's size gloves?
No, they kind of have holes and tatters in them.
What about the clothes? Do they look
out.
small?
They look stretched out. You don't recognize anything else that's in the overall encampment.
Okay.
I took the pelt, the 15 silver, and the water cannon. I'm gonna give 5 silver to Nora and 5 to Zoom.
Takes him, he kind of looks like he's going to give him back. And he just sees you give him that look, and he
Nope.
puts him in his pocket. So, you.
Hello.
I'm gonna take a nap now. Oh, good lord.
Nice weather we're having.
Nice weather we're having.
Yes, it is. So, you saw that there was a human?
There was something.
A few suns ago?
Yeah.
Is this a really, really old tree?
Yeah. Decent aged. Not one of the young ones. Not like a sapling.
Okay. Was this human alone? A few days ago? All alone?
Yeah.
Oh.
Shame what happened.
Was it the male or a female person?
That's what you get.
Get for what?
Breaking my branches.
Aw, I'm sorry I broke your branches.
Me too.
Was it... do trees understand?
They might.
This is weird. I'm not talking to people before.
Well, it's
This
very,
is new.
you're very nice to talk to.
Thanks.
Do you know, by chance, if the person here was a male or a female?
What's the difference?
Nice. Long hair and short hair, maybe.
Well, you know I had long hair.
Not really. It was just kind of like a jungle of hair.
Did it expel standing up or sitting down?
Ah, if I remember
Somewhere.
that.
Aw.
Weird place for branches.
Okay, I think.
Okay,
I think
it was the
that's all.
male.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Enjoy the sun.
I will.
Okay.
I literally take psychic damage
didn't do
every time that
anything.
this happens.
But I love talking to trees. I don't know if you have a companion or something. Maybe Idra was traveling with him.
She got the way she just left his ass.
Maybe she was gone and he was gone. I don't know. No, it can't hurt to try, and I like talking to trees, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Why don't you go talk to Henry the Crabgrass then?
Henry Crabgrass. Oh, Crabgrass.
Crabgrass.
Anyway, okay, that's all. That's all I got.
When you break that connection, and he's just bad. You can see the limbs are kind of like almost like the gust of wind has gone through.
Okay. It's like, he's a male, he's alone. That's about it. Tree thinks it's a nice day.
Lovely.
I look fondly at the tree. I'm like, nice tree.
Pretty nice tree.
I guess we'll...
Can I do like an investigation / I guess like survival and just like look around, see if I see like tracks leading like away?
Sure. Zoom helps you, and Tal'el actually asks if, like, would you mind putting me over there by the top, or where it used to be? I might be able to use that line.
Sure. I'll put them over there.
You can see now, instead of his usual kind of alchemical pack, he actually has what look like grappling hooks and different lines and wires.
Oh, that's what he was gathering yesterday.
And so as you put him over, he actually jumps and latches onto the tree using a few hooks and kind of attaches himself and begins cutting the line.
Do I get advantage?
Zoom rolled with advantage because he's favorite terrain, but
13.
okay. You spend the better part of maybe 5 minutes looking around, and you do see some tracks leading up to the area.
Leading up to the area, but none leading away.
All you see are the crocodile tracks leading away. You see the crocodile tracks can come from one particular direction, and it looks like, based on that, it's hard to figure out 100%, but quite possibly the tracks led here. Looks like they led slightly off and then ran back.
Led to the camp, led like away from the camp, but then to the camp?
Yes. So they came from one direction leading into the camp. Left in another direction, stop, and head back.
What was at the end of that? Where they like stopped, turned around, and came back? What was there?
What was there? You're not sure, but you do see the crocodile tracks are nearby.
Okay. Is there only one set of footprints that we can see?
Yes.
And they're the same, like...
Seem to be.
I don't think
And
we're
they
gonna
seem
find
like male footprints?
Seem like it.
Okay.
That's all.
And what direction are these footprints originally, like, coming from?
They are coming from the southeast.
Alright.
What are you doing, Nora? Are you doing anything in particular?
Oh, I assumed this was happening while I was talking to the tree.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Since you're kind of standing nearby, you do notice one of the sprites actually goes over as Tal'el is kind of cutting the line. And they begin kind of talking.
I feel guilty now. I'm like eavesdropping on all of his conversations. I listen.
Make a perception check. As both of their backs are kind of to you, you'd have to kind of like readjust.
Since I'm just waiting for us to
Head back.
head back.
Mhm.
I'll probably just walk around and like pretend I'm looking at the sun or something. But I got a 2 for perception, so that's 6 total. So I don't see anything. They're too far away.
It's a little bit hard, but you get the sense on the fragments of lip reading that you pick up that she seems concerned.
Okay.
I'm just kind of checking up on him. Essentially, I'm just kind of wanting to have a conversation, but I felt uncomfortable in approaching initially.
Okay, that's good. I'm not gonna snoop anymore. Just gonna walk away.
You all reconvene. He did manage to get the vast majority of the line. He was in the
Does he need
process.
help with it?
It is much longer and thicker, but he was kind of tearing up parts of it.
I'll walk over to him. I'm like, do you want me to put all of that in my bag for you?
Sure. That would be nice, thank you.
Okay.
He takes a little piece of line and kind of ties it back around,
And I'll take the rest of it.
and you all head back.
Okay.
Relatively uneventful.
Yes, we
Anyway,
got a
go ahead and make
couple-
a perception check.
I love this. Silver.
7.
15.
You all make your way back without issue. You do notice a couple of smaller crocodiles that are right by the corpse of the one that you left. And you see that turtle.
He's just walking.
He's just walking. He's walking for the barrier.
He's walking through the barrier.
Yeah, he's walking to the barrier. He's walking to the barrier. This is like where the first barrier was.
Yeah, but he's just gonna get confused and walk around. He just keeps going back and forth. This poor turtle is stuck in this barrier.
He gets at one point and stops. Starts turning around. Starts marching back the other way.
That's a nice turtle. I'm just gonna let him be. He seems pretty happy. Okay,
He goes off.
thanks turtle.
You all go back into camp. The barriers are dropped. You all walking through. Tal'el hasn't really said much of anything. It seems like he's kind of processing, okay, like this is how things are going to be for quite some time now. It's kind of the overall sense that you're getting. Cassia seems to be in a little bit of an interesting mood. Arms kind of folded.
On those two.
Sure. I'm careful that your thing doesn't catch on fire.
Was it
I
still
smell
touching
burning.
me?
It's all pretty toasty.
Yeah.
11. You were busy doing the tracks. You know that there was kind of a curiosity at first, but all of a sudden there's a little bit of maybe frustration is the right word for it.
Like between
From-
them or like from one or the other?
From Cassia. And then just kind of this neutral expression. This
She
neutral
made
feeling.
it. The second love interest.
Oof. So what, is he just kind of like passive?
It's based on your insight check. He's kind of hard to read. He's just hasn't said anything.
As we get back to camp, I'm just gonna, as I'm like, I don't know, does he want to like get down?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm just gonna be like, are you doing okay?
I'm doing all right. I got my ear chewed off a little bit back there, but it's all right.
Over what?
The whole matter of this. Holds up the arms like it's
I kind of look guilty. I'm like,
like it was a formality, of course. I knew I owed you all my life before, but if someone else of my kind to see this particular market knows that I was unable to either protect myself or requested help from an external force that was not one of our own. And in our society, it's a little bit harsher, since she was trying to find a way to assist, possibly. She cares very much, and his ears are a little bit pink. He's kind of looking away, and so a few things were said on her part. and I had no answer. I never did have an answer, but, you know, it doesn't help. Especially since I might not be back.
We're taking him away.
I hope to. What's the word I'm looking for? Does like rectify kind of like? Does that make sense? Like hope to rectify this situation. Okay, so I'll just say that. I'll be like, well, this isn't what I wanted, and I hope that I can rectify that.
Oh, it's not your fault.
I feel like it is.
How? You know, looks concerned up at you.
Aww.
I didn't mean for this to happen. I just didn't want them to do something bad to you.
Oh, this is just more of a proclamation than anything. This is nothing. No, I already knew I owed you my lives. Anything I had, really.
I don't think you owe us anything.
You sure do count strangely. Trying to recite the entire list of things that you've done with no particular reason and cause.
Like I said the first time you asked me, do I need the reason?
He kind of looks at you and is like, I did want to ask. I hope I don't offend, but... The Queen mentioned that she was suspicious of me.
Yikes. Yeah, about that. So...
You put you on a very brave face for someone who's suspicious of one of their group, or if I'm even considered that.
You are. I will just say that I had never heard or really come across any of your kind before you. And, you know, originally when we talked to Jacob, he's the one that, I don't know, he just kind of said some things that just, obviously I didn't want to believe him, but I didn't know if I shouldn't believe him. But in the end, it didn't really matter.
It's understandable, but you could have brought it up to me.
Well, I didn't want to seem like a prude.
I do believe that is with sexual relations, isn't it?
I don't know. I guess I meant to say rude and it just kind of came out prude. That was my bad. Sophia was kind of like thinking of a different word and then it came out a little weird. That was supposed to say rude. I didn't mean to be rude. I didn't want to be rude. Rude. Ugh.
He's actually kind of laughing. He's actually kind of like stunned at the word, but also just finding amusement in your...
I'm just gonna be like, okay.
Yeah.
Does he say anything else, or am I gonna walk away embarrassed now?
You both are going to make a perception check.
Oh man!
I saw.
Yeah. Okay.
25.
24. 23.
24 and 23. So it's 25 and 23.
25.
23.
23. Both of you, as you're not, everyone is kind of like nearby, so you're kind of hearing this conversation.
Okay.
But both of you, as you are listening, chatting casually with him, you do hear a quick coming directly in your area. And it looks to be a younger sprite, short, blonde hair, kind of chopped off at the sides. Probably was having a bad hair day, and just cut everything off, flying directly for Tal'el.
I block.
You block?
Absolutely. I mean, does he like give an
could just
indication?
turn away.
Does he give an indication that he knows this sprite? Female?
He hasn't noticed. He's male.
Do I know it? Oh, it's a male. No, block.
It's a.
Immediate block.
How do you block? You just like move your
So
entire
like,
body.
are we like kind of like facing each other and like this thing's coming in this way?
It's coming from behind Tal'el.
Block. Just kind of like, can I just like put my hands like kind of around him, behind him, like as I lean forward, and I just kind of like block him.
Kind of looks up, stunned, looks in the direction. Immediately, his hand kind of goes to his pouch, not knowing what it is that you're looking at, and the quick kind of stops and whoa, 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 whoa. They stop like no, I have a message. Reaches down, grabs a piece of parchment.
I slowly lean up.
Tal'el's just kind of like, you shouldn't scare me like that.
I didn't know who he was.
Who else could it be?
I don't know. It could have been somebody that didn't like you.
Walks over and the sprite, as you kind of get a better look at his face, looks maybe 16 years old. He's kind of young looking. He sees you and he's kind of stunned as he lowers to the ground. He's like, there's a Taragon Lightfoot told me to pass this on to you. Said you might want to read it rapidly.
Boom. I can't help it! I can't help it! It's so funny!
Soars away and he's like,
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
That was rude.
I can't help it!
They're terrified enough as it is.
I don't know, Brian, they look pretty comfortable.
Looks at it curiously, cracks the seal, opens it. Eyes widen as he looks like, could you take me to the main circle?
Sure.
He's like, no, wait, no. Oh, no.
I bet you it's here.
He sits at this point
like it's a
and
little
he's like,
melodrama.
No, maybe I should.
Drama. I'll be like, what's the matter? Are you okay?
I gave the Councilman Taragon permission. It said that tell him that I was fine, that everything was going to be all right. And oh my goodness, I did not think that he was actually going to include details of everything that ended up happening. And
Is she here to see you?
Yes.
Then you must go.
She's not supposed to be here.
I have to take him. If you don't want to go willingly, I'll take you forcefully, and you won't enjoy that. I said, come on. I'm gonna like look at Nora and be like,
and he's like, I can't. She's engaged.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Would you regret not talking to her?
The last time we spoke, I thought everything was set. I thought everything was going to be fine. I didn't think that
so she
was going to happen.
She just wanted to come all the way here just to,
She most likely used one of the transportation sigils.
I know, but she still traveled all the way here. She didn't have to if she didn't want to.
If her father finds out, you don't understand.
I mean, what is he going to do? He can't hurt you. What's he going to do? Make his daughter get married to someone? Isn't he already doing that?
Not wrong.
And what's he gonna do to one of us? Nothing.
He's very powerful. He kind of looks a little bit worried, like.
I don't look worried.
Well, you're coming with us anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Make a persuasion roll.
You've got nothing to lose.
10.
14.
He looks at both of you and he's just.
I will take you forcefully.
He looks sad and he's like, What is it that she's going to say? Other than
wouldn't you rather know than not know? You're just gonna think about it till the end of time.
And break her heart if she wants me to stay.
She can always come with us.
That's
We can all run away together.
Just kind of wide-eyed, like.
Look, I'm totally into the whole running away and
You realize
eloping
that they
thing.
would come looking for you, right? You know. It's like, okay, put this in perspective. The queen, that's her like great niece.
And wouldn't you want her to be happy?
I don't know how she's going to react to all of this. And I only said that I was okay. I didn't tell her about.
If she can't accept you as who you are, then she might not really love you. That was kinda harsh.
It was rather harsh. But true.
It's not about the outward appearance, it's about what's inside.
I find it's quite the opposite when it comes to many a thing.
By the way you described her, it sounds like she's going to find you no matter what.
So
She will find you
came all the way
if you
here.
do not come.
You're not wrong. She will definitely do something reckless. And get yourself in danger. And that's not what I want. Make another persuasion roll with advantage.
Yes.
23.
17.
Kind of kicks it in part of the moss and nods. Alright,
Well, that's my hand now. Okay. Let's go.
walks on. You can see his wings are just kind of vibrating nervously against his back.
And I put them on my shoulder.
And Zoom kind of looks and is like,
I want to come.
and
I look at me like, you want to come see some drama too?
he kind of looks and he looks at Tal'el and kind of gives him this look like, go, and kind of rolls his eyes. Fine, you gotta, let's just go and get this over with.